Hey everyone, it's D Lils. I'm here on behalf of Young Black Golfers, and this is another episode of Brews and Reviews. Today's brew is a local brewery, and this is Union Craft in Baltimore, Maryland. And I'm drinking an Eddie Murray. It's an IPA. I like IPAs. I like extra hoppy beer. Just for my travels, there's a lot of hoppy beers out in the Kansas City, Missouri area, and the Midwest has really great brews. But this is one of my favorites back here in Maryland, in the Baltimore DMV area. I really like Union IPA brewery. So, but let's get right into it. Today we're reviewing a new product. Last week on Brews and Reviews, we reviewed the Alien Pro wrap that you can, the self wrap for golfers. Today, this is I'm very excited about this product, and we're reviewing the Golf Kicks toolkit. This toolkit essentially replaces your need to purchase golf kicks anymore. It totally replaces that by giving the golfer his or her own opportunity to select the shoe of their choice, whether it be a work shoe, whether it be a basketball shoe, whether it be a tennis shoe, whatever type of shoe that you like, and you can instantly turn it into a golf shoe with a few steps. And I really wanted to try this product out. And so what we did, if you go to our IG page at Young Black Golfers, we posted a poll earlier this week, and we had 3 shoes. We had the Nike Air Zoom 96 Kobe's, we had the Hyper Dunks, and we had the Kyrie 3s. And we got a lot of votes from our followers this week, and the Nike 3 IDs were the ones that were selected as our shoes that we're going to transform into golf kicks now using the Golf Kick toolkit. And so I'm going to put these to the side. I really don't know what to expect or what we need. I got a drill out just because I saw a couple videos online and I thought I may need a drill. It comes in this little box. In the box they give you the kit itself, okay, and then they also throw in there, just for good measure, 4, looks like 1 3/4 inch tees, which is really nice to have these high tees. I know me personally, I like to tee up the ball a little bit higher now that I've kind of figured out my drive, so can't wait to use these. Thanks a lot to Golf Kicks. So we're going to go ahead and unpackage this now. Again, first time that I've ever done this here, so I'm just going to empty out all the contents onto the table so we can see what we're working with here. So, comes in this nice packaging. Looks like they give you a ball marker, which is cool. I got a bunch of friends that always ask me for ball markers when I'm out there, so as you can see, they give you a Golf Kicks ball marker. It comes with what appears to be some type of screwdriver, obviously for the cleats themselves. And then we already went over the tees. It comes with a black marker, which is great, especially if you're going to be marking your ball, black Sharpie. It comes with another Golf Kick ball marker. Comes with a screw, and then you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. You have 20 screws. You could do 10 on each, or you could actually do a couple different shoes almost. We're going to get down into that. So, like I said, the Kyrie 3s, those are the shoes that we selected. I'm not sure if there's any real instructions here. No instructions. It says watch the install video at golfkicks.com. Alright, so we're going to go put on this golfkicks.com install video, and then we'll get right back to you guys. Had opportunity, I went to the golfkicks.com website, took a look at their install video. The first thing that they ask you to do is basically place all the cleats onto the shoe where you believe you'll need them. So you can see here, somewhere here, after I can figure out where I would like them. And I'm thinking, because I'm using the Kyrie 3s, it's a Nike ID shoe. It's a little bit, the thing with Kyrie shoes is because he wants to maximize his explosiveness off the dribble, so there's not really a good flat sole. Might not be the best shoe to use, but you know, at this point, we're going for it. So, line my shoe up here. Okay, we're gonna just take the Sharpie. Say you basically want to mark exactly where each one is. Top there, top there. And as you mark them, you can knock them down to the side. Alright, so let's take a look at the next part after you've marked where you would like your shoes.
I have back pressure, so I'm going to put my hand inside the shoe and I'll just do one of them here so you can see how it works. These have this metallic center, so it has kind of a sharp bladed edge. I'm pushing back from inside the shoe with my hand and just kind of taking it slow. You'll feel it start to dig in. And I want it to be nice and flush, so you can even use your fingers. But once it's in there nice and flush.
So they say basically after you've marked it, you can find where your shoe is going to be after you've marked it. And you're going to take it and kind of just line it up and drill down. These are rubber soles, you know, it shouldn't be rocket science really to get them in there. Like I said, you can kind of put your hand in the shoe and kind of press back against it. Not as easy as they make it look online, I'll tell you that. Let's see what else is going on here.
Keep them in. So again, I'm on my second mark. You got to push kind of hard when you begin. Just
See,
to get that
that's the key. You got to push hard. Okay.
Once it's in there, 1, 2, 3. It should go deep. And I'm getting it nice and flush with the sole. So you can see that one in there tight. You can give it another like quarter turn if you want. And there you go.
Okay.
All right, so now you got your pair of shoes done.
Okay guys, the key, you really got to drive it. Like you can't be timid with this. You got to really drive it in there. And then afterwards you can kind of prod at it and see if it will come out, but looks like it's good to go. That was one. So my thought process was I'm going to try to do them even. Let me go ahead and do the other one here. It's gonna be tough. Guys, it's not as easy as it looks. I'm gonna tell you guys that right now. It is not as easy as it looks. All right, guys, I'm really shoving it in there and having problems. So let's rethink this, because it can't be that difficult. Or the Kyrie's might just not be a great shoe for this. I'm gonna try to go back in. Whew, this is a tough one. I feel like aha. Guys, use your screwdriver. There's a reason why they give you an adapter for your screwdriver. Use it. Take it, put it in a screwdriver if you have it. Let's see if this gets any easier for us. Wow, good thing we're doing the review. You guys caught all that? Let's try this again. Much quicker. Much quicker. Okay? Newsflash, guys, get a screw. Get a screw. It will save you hours. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go ahead and knock out these other ones. Give me 1 second here. And then the last one here. Just pulling at them to see, this is all very foreign to me. So I was able to put 4 here across. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the Kyrie. I'm gonna go 4 here on the back, and then we'll get to shoe number 2. I was a little concerned when I picked the Kyrie at first, as I'm thinking, basketball shoe, it's really got a sturdy, ankle support. And one thing is, when you're on the golf course, you want to have loose ankles. That's not what you want to have in basketball. You'll fall if you have loose ankles. But in golf, you want to have flexibility in your feet, because you're using your feet, you're using your legs, you're using your calves. Your lower body is ultimately just as important, if not more important, than your upper body in golf. And so you really want to be able to push off on those calves, and I'm just not sure I'm going to get that leverage in Kyrie's, being that the sole of Kyrie's kind of comes up at the end. And again, that's more because his explosiveness is just a little different. So we're going to go ahead and do these last 2 here. And then the last one. So before I start on shoe 2, I'm going to just put shoe 1 on and see genuinely how I feel just with them in there. See if I can still walk around and great. They feel great. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on shoe 2. I'm going to leave this one up here so you guys can see it. Shoe 1 came out alright. Let's go ahead and knock out shoe 2. And so I've noticed they leave you about 4 extra ones. I'm assuming that's simply for, spare purposes. If one breaks off, you can easily replace it when you get home. This could be a game changer, I'm telling you, because if I never have to buy golf shoes again, because my thought process, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not really a hooper anymore. Golf is kind of taking the place of basketball. However, when I do play basketball, every year, maybe every year and a half, I'll get a new basketball shoe. And this will kind of enable me to get a nice basketball shoe, and it eventually will become a golf shoe. So shout out to Nike ID, and shout out to Golf Kicks. This is pretty great. Final product here, as you can see, they're not completely even on both ends. One way you can avoid that is simply by marking it with the Sharpie that they provide. The feel from it, just from trying the shoes on, it feels pretty nice, not gonna lie. Don't use Kyrie's. I use the Kyrie's, that's what the fans voted on, but I think that with this particular type of basketball shoe that specializes on explosiveness on different parts of the foot, you're not gonna get a solid, flat surface, and that's what Golf Kicks recommends. They recommend that you screw these on a completely flat sole of the tennis shoe. And so my recommendation would be to find a different type of shoe, and that if you do choose a shoe like the Kyrie's, that you try to put the screws on the inward path of the shoe. Try to avoid these outlier locations and try to focus on the center of the shoe or the narrow part of the shoe. Ultimately, if you think about your feet on a golf course, your feet should be doing one movement every single time. And if you end in that pose, the majority of your traction is going to come from the balls of the feet. Again, you're keeping an athletic stance in golf, so you want to have the screws on the balls of your feet, and you want to have them support your heel as well. But that's about it. We have a few tee times this week. We're going to test them out. But stay tuned for next time on Brews and Reviews. Shout outs to Golf Kicks, and look forward to more Brews and Reviews in the future. Thank you.